going on, guys? Let's look at this video that's going to be breaking down some chick named Casey Tron, who makes smokers look real bad, had got sued along with a bunch of underlings of Hasan by Ethan Klein, right? If you don't know who Hasan Piker is, he's a nasty woke grifter that says a lot of disgusting, woke, just foul, horrible things about anyone who has an opinion that's not super liberal. He goes way too damn far. He has a bunch of underling YouTubers that mimic him and even harass people's families and help and promote people's families to get harassed. So there's a whole lawsuit going on. Let's hear about it.
Casey Tron has settled with Ethan Klein in the copyright infringement lawsuit. We're getting that today on The Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney living in Asia, and this is the fast facts version, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So as you may or may not know, Casey Tron has been involved in a lawsuit along with others regarding copyright infringement related to the Hasan Piker content nuke. And this is, of course, with, as they call him, comic book supervillain Ethan Klein here of H3H3, who is using his infinite money printer to crush poor Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan. And he has now been successful with Casey Tron, which is a bit of a surprise.
I'm hearing rumors Frogan got pretty much the same treatment. We just didn't hear it yet. I think that's the one that said, well, all of them said nasty things about veterans. But I think the one on the right more specifically said a lot of disgusting things about veterans.
Because I thought it would be Frogan who settled first, given her silence, which is the smart thing to do when you're in a lawsuit. I thought that indicated that perhaps Frogan was going to settle first, but indeed it was Casey Tron. And as we're going to see, based on both what happened with Casey Tron and the way this clearly planned out statement that she read went down, and what Denims has to say about Frogan's likely future settlement, I can predict why Frogan has had such a hard time with.
I'm taking notes. It's a few people I plan on suing when I get my money up. Taking notes on this suits.
Because it may break her up with her great love, Hasan Piker. So let's get into it and let's watch the actual Casey Tron apology. Of course, we're going to watch the version where Ethan Klein is watching that. So we, of course, get a little bit of his commentary in the beginning. But as you can see, she's sitting here. She's reading what is clearly, and you'll see based on the language, using words like adhere, using words that are legal terms, that this is clearly a legal statement that was given by the lawyers, that is agreed to by both parties as part of the settlement. So an important thing to remember is that this apology is part of the settlement. It is not just money alone. Let's listen up.
I don't want to see any negative. I don't want to see people being rude to her. I genuinely have forgiven her. I'm moving on, and it's water under the bridge. I don't want to see anybody being. I'm being dead serious. No, let's not be nasty to her, guys. This is it. Okay, it's over. We won. That's it. We won, right? So let's just move on.
Which is the smart tactic to take, because he's trying to encourage the others to settle as well and get them to read similar prepared statements.
Thank her. Thank you
for infringing.
I'm being dead.
So it doesn't seem like they get crucified for giving him what he wants. I get it. I guess it's smart.
Serious, please do not.
The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community.
I ain't gonna front. This is what I want Upchurch to do to people. Do to Ethan Klein. Sue the hell out of all these fake wannabe creators on YouTube that just lie on you and try to destroy you. Sue them. Have them apologize just like this.
It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward.
I don't think she would have used the word adhere if this was not a prepared legal statement. That's just my 2 cents there. That doesn't seem like natural.
Funny. Ethan sued them so crazy that in order for her to even function online or have any kind of career at all, she has to get on here and pretty much read this prepared statement, admitting to lying, harassing, attacking, using people's emotion and sympathy to try to manipulate. This is amazing. This is awesome.
literal language to me.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hasan Piker.
This is the big one, and this is a massive one, because Hasan Piker had implied that he was going to...
Y'all said, somebody in chat said, the only problem would be that we wouldn't get music because he's in court. I highly doubt that. He wouldn't be in court 24/7. As you can see, Ethan Klein is even reacting to this. He has a podcast that he does via live stream like 5 days a week. He got time. Right? I don't think it's going to take up most of your time to do this, right? Especially if you have the proper lawyers. Man, you can still do content. I'm telling you, when I sue these people I plan on suing, yo, I'm still going to be doing content. What? Multitask? What you mean? I'm gonna still do videos every day.
Assist these ladies in their lawsuits. It would make sense. He's at the cornerstone of this. So it appears
I was in another country with no access to any of my equipment, and I made 3 to 4 videos a day still. Right? So yeah, I think we still would get music. Shoot, we might get more.
Once again, that Hasan, per usual, deceptive, misleading, hypocritical, kind of par for the course for Mr. Piker.
Hasan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like he wanted to receive credit from the public for helping me without providing any.
So Hasan, the big YouTuber or big streamer who has the money to actually help all of these people, claims to be a socialist, didn't help this woman who was doing all of this in his name, by the way, getting pumped up and promoted by Hasan to do so. He didn't help her at all. He didn't even speak to her while she was getting sued and her life was in jeopardy. Like that Hasan Piker is nasty, bro. He probably sued. Oh, no, so he probably supported maybe the ones that were closer to him, I guess.
To the GoFundMe money.
Which is...
But he said he was going to support her.
It's very, very typical. He wants to farm the clout. He wants to farm the attention. He wants to get the clicks and the views. He wants to make it a political thing. He wants to make it for some reason about Israel, which, you know, there's no mentions of Israel at all in the actual lawsuit itself. This is something that is very, very typical for Mr. Piker of diverting it from anything what it could be. And he has a failure to understand the underlying copyright law and how strong of a case that Ethan Klein has by denying that copyright even applies in the first place.
To the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay.
They were reacted to Ethan Klein's videos and telling people, watch it here so Ethan doesn't get any money.
My attorney's fees. I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins.
This is massive. And I'm going to show you guys that there are donors, including there's some famous people, including one person that's very much not going to be happy. All of those people that donated their money thinking that they hated Ethan Klein, they wanted to stop Ethan Klein, they wanted to protect Casey Tron, they now have to sit with the fact that they directly funded Ethan Klein. Not for all the money, because of course she's got to pay her lawyer's fees, but pretty much the money's going into Ethan Klein's pocket, a percentage of it. So if half of it goes, they 50% funded Ethan Klein, and they've got to sit with that now.
The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denham's or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the...
Now, this is big, because this is the thing we really want to get is discovery against those Reddit mods, against those Snark mods, because the things we're going to see in there are going to open this up wide. It may even bring in other people.
Extent that I am able.
The Snark mods are pretty much like Reddit groups or sometimes Discord groups too as well, right? That farm hate for one person and like conspire and do all these nasty things, but then they hide behind their names being hidden by having fake accounts. There's a lot of these out here. I have one that's go towards or against me, right? I have multiple. There's a plethora of hate groups that start privately. I had screenshots from a few of them saying that they've made up mad stuff about me and just seeing what sticks. Everything that you've ever heard that sound negative about me, this group has created, bro. Like, they are disgusting and they follow anyone who talks against me. You'll see them in the live chats. Nasty ass people. But that's how it goes, right? If everything that Ethan Klein wants to get done with his lawyers and they already got one person down, they're going to expose everyone who does that with him. And these motherfuckers go far, bro. Sending skulls to his house, getting CPS into his house to try to take his kids away. Like, these people go way too far. They doxed me on a regular basis, attack me and my supporters.
I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other.
He said, if you proclaim Christ, you get a target on you. Facts. Facts. Smoke break, I'm late today. Regular, 3 p.m. every day. BX, you reminded me when I saw your smoke. Yeah, I try to get the 3 p.m. drink going at least once a day. But also, I stream like late nights too as well for the people that missed the other ones. The only way to get full access to both is to sign up for memberships.
Misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online.
In case you miss it. Because you could just watch it if you run across it like right now.
For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better.
He made her apologize to another creator. You're right. You bringing up their mother was foul. And I don't think Asmongold is.
I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia.
Yeah.
I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people. AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity.
Wow.
I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not.
Yeah.
I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us.
Thanks,
I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the Klein's success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
Clearly a legal statement, clearly something that was cooked up by the lawyers, which once again, it doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it necessarily evil, but it definitely makes it clear that this is what's going to be required of Frogan and or Denims if they were to ever settle. They're going to need to read a similar statement, and that is probably something that they just can't handle. But
which is almost them ending a career, because based on the following that they built, which is Hasan's following, yeah, that's horrible.
Another person who's going to have trouble handling it here, you see the donations that were given to Casey Tron. You have one Anissa Jama. That's right. Anissa dropping 1,000 straight into the pocket of Ethan Klein. All of these donors now knowing, and people like Anissa knowing.
I think Upchurch should do this, bro. I'm going to do this if I get enough money.
Their money is going right into Ethan Klein's pocket. Absolute cinema. You cannot make this stuff up. Now, I want to get into a couple other comments on this because there were a couple really good pertinent comments. One was that Asmongold rejected Casey Tron's apology, making fun of his dead mother, saying apology not accepted. You did this because of a lawyer. And there's no doubt if you actually look at the statement and you hear the statement, that is actually because of a lawyer, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't have made such a strong statement with such strong language unless there was a lawyer involved. That's absolutely true. There also was this reaction from XQC.
Opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of...
Hey, what's up, Katerina? How you doing? Almost didn't see that. I had to scroll back up. How are you?
Yo, I don't give a how big the lawsuit is. If somebody sues me for everything I have, I'm battling in bankruptcy not to do this shit. I don't care.
Shouts to the people that's watching me on Twitch. How do you say your name? Pup. I'm gonna just say Pup, because I'm confused on the spelling of your name. How are you? How are you doing? Big sure I didn't miss nobody in chat. I'm gonna make sure I'm saying what's up to everybody.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Somebody sues me for
Doing
fucking
good,
$7
Katarina.
billion and is gonna bankrupt 10 generations after me. I'm not doing this shit. It's crazy.
The death of
Here's the thing. It's very easy for XQC to talk tough and to be a big guy, big man when he does not have a lawsuit against him. When you're bared down on this and the pressure's on your family, friends, your entire fortune, like you said, 10 generations, whatever back, I'm sorry. That's different. It's so easy to talk about this. It's so easy to say that. And Casey Tron, all of them talk tough in the beginning as well.
If you talk tough, so if you really stand on these principles, then stand on it. Take that L. I've had to take a plethora of L's because of my principles. I've been striked, demonetized, all type of stuff. So if you really stand on what you were saying, then lawsuit or no lawsuit, you wouldn't be sitting on here apologizing, admitting to all this nastiness. You know what I mean?
But you're not in it, bro. You don't even know what you're talking about. And this sort of attitude, having that sort of attitude, is what's going to kill Denims. Denims probably has some similar attitude to XQC of, I'm not going to do this. My ego, my pride. No. Sometimes you do have to humble yourself and say, hey,
it's not really pride. It's, for me, if I'm not backing down from nothing I stand on. And it's not really pride. It's principle. Really, for me. Every man needs a code. Like, if you don't upstand to it or uphold to it, then what are you? Right? You just someone that was grifting. You're going to come on here and just be like, okay, I'm a grifter. Everything I've ever said doesn't count. I was lying. That sounds crazy. Unless it's true. So, I don't know.
I was wrong. Ask for forgiveness. Come to a settlement. People are wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Other people are wrong all the time. It happens. And when you do something, you say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And you try to come to a settlement. And that ends up being better than going through the full lawsuit and going and fighting it out. So to me, when I saw this statement by SQC, I thought very, very, very short-sighted and something that to me was very, very problematic. Another thing that was interesting, Asmongold vague posting that things could get worse for Casey Tron. Let's listen to this.
She doesn't know this, but this put her in a position for something that's going to happen in the future. I don't know if Ethan knows this. I think Ethan does know this, but I'm not going to say what it is because I want it to happen. I do. And I know if I say what it is, it'll lower the probability of it happening. I understand. I apologize for vague posting, but I promise you it will be worth it. Do you remember last time I was vague posting? Was that worth it? I think it was. Please have faith.
So I don't know what this is personally, right? But I have a pretty good idea. My guess on this is that this is related to a future lawsuit. Now, I know why Asmongold is probably not saying it. And I won't say the parties and I won't say who it is, but there is probably a future lawsuit cooking. I have a very good idea. There's two possibilities here. And if that's what we're talking about, then Legal Mindset's going to be eating good this year because this is going to be a spicy meatball of a lawsuit that is coming down the pike. But I don't want to ruin things. I don't want to get ahead. I don't want to talk about things before they're fully.
Yeah, she nasty as hell. That's facts. Their whole crew is disgusting. And I'm like happy they're getting it just due.
Cooked up. But I think because you've admitted culpability there and because those statements are now something that you say, hey, I am liable for that, there can be an issue. And when we turn to Denham's statement, you also see more of the future predicting, especially in the Frogan settlement and in her fighting this. So I'm going to read her.
Gifted membership to BX. Thank you, Katarina. I appreciate the heck out of that. Thank you. Real talk.
Statement. It's very, very small text here, so I'll read it out to you. This apology, which I can only assume was somehow forced to extract.
I had to zoom in to read it. I'm blind as hell. I was not like an alert. Thank you, Katarina. I appreciate the heck out of the support.
cracked a settlement was painful to listen to. No, that was a settlement requirement for sure, 100%. It's absurd and ironic that Ethan accuses Hasan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain in this way. It's normal as part of the settlement, by the way, dear. While it is unfortunate that Ethan appears to be able to exert control over her in this way, that's just the legal system. I am happy that Casey Tron was given the opportunity to minimize the harm to her family, avoid the risk of losing her home, and move on from Ethan's lawsuit, which is once again all things that Denims is going to have pressure to her as well. So, is she not thinking about these things in her case? I want to make several things clear. My trial date is October 26, 2026, and I look forward to beating Ethan in court. She won't. While Casey and likely Frogan have craved to Ethan Klein.
When is the trial? Oh my gosh. That's a long ass time from now.
Which is a decision I doubt they made lightly. So once again, she's projecting Frogan as well. Settling this like this is not an option for me. It is an option because it would set a precedent that endangers the financial security of any streamer that creates reaction content. If you create content that involves commenting on videos on Twitch or enjoy consuming reaction content, you should be.
It's not that you did reactions. It's the fact that you reacted to it, or your crew reacted to it, barely paused it. I heard you might have paused it more than the rest of them, but they barely paused the damn video. You see how, like, right now I'm stopping and giving commentary? You have to do that if you're doing reactions, bro. So I heard that a lot of people in there didn't do that, including, what's the name, Casey Tron. And then at the end was telling people, yes, watch this video instead of watching his. Because we don't want him to make money. We want to take it all. That's not legal, like, by law. Like, literally, I'm not over exaggerating. You can't do that. I've seen people get demonetized for saying that, banned, all types of stuff. But your hatred, you felt so comfortable because you got a lot of people watching you or sharing your stuff. Maybe you was making a decent amount of money at the time from hating on Ethan Klein. It was just a really nasty move overall. You can't be watching someone, which I hate when people do that. I've had people take my content and upload it, and I've taken that video down. Like, you're wilding. If you react to me, I don't give a damn. But you just gonna take my whole It's someone within, I guess, the music sector or whatever, or wannabe music commentary sector, that all they do is take other people's videos. I had to set the tone. Like, yo, you do that to me, I'm about to strike you, bro. Like, take the video, sit your ass on camera, show your face, react to it, or cut it up and still give your opinion in between, which is just gonna take more editing from you, which these lazy bastards don't want to do. You can't just take someone's video and upload it on your channel. That sounds wild. But there's a plethora of people that try to do it with the intention on stealing from you. Now, if you're a clipper, that's different. Clips is like 10 seconds though, my nigga. Like, you realize that you can't take like a whole hour. I seen someone take like a 2-hour live stream from Upchurch and re-upload it. I was like, oh, what's wrong with you? Like, what? Oh, it's because no one actually would click the video to hear you say something. Because you don't have any value. That shit is weird, bro. Leech reactor should be the label. Facts. And mind you, look, see how I'm doing right now? All you have to do to not be included in this group is to literally pause the video and share your opinion. Oh, wait, you can't talk longer than 5 seconds without stumbling all over the place, making something up. You horrible at your actual job, but that you're trying to do. So you just gonna take people's videos and upload it? This niggas is weird, bro. And once again, that's different from clippers. Like, if you're a clipper, that's different. Shoot, I've seen clippers actually hit up the content creator, make a little deal with them, and then be able to upload clips. If a nigga did that to me, nigga, you could upload as many of these clips as you want, nigga, as long as they're not like longer than a minute, 2 minutes or so. Someone, hey, yo, here, listen, BX, I got a channel. I'll be clipping your content. I'll cut you in. Yeah, I give you this every month, and then you just let me clip or whatever. Do your thing. Clip City. You don't gotta add commentary to that portion. Go ahead. Just make sure it's not like my whole video, right? If it's just moments from my stream, I don't give a fuck. All right.
Be on my side. If you don't believe me, please read it.
you could just also actually create content of your own, do your own reaction.
And let me convince you. No, not at all. The reason why this is distinct, and she is trying to hide the ball here, and she does it at the end. She tries to hide the ball at the end there, is that she is ignoring the fact that this was bad faith and that there are clear comments about diverting revenue. This makes it distinct from other creators that might be watching small portions of content and not making those malicious statements and not making a very, very clear intent to steal revenue from Ethan Klein or divert revenue from Ethan Klein. So anyways, she comments that I watched and reacted to the highly anticipated content nuke shortly after it aired. Once again, almost no break time there, just immediately watching it. That's what we call a substitute in fair use, and which is not a good thing, not good for her. Make no mistake, my coverage more than doubled Ethan's video in length. Ethan's video spanned roughly 104 minutes. I spent 230 minutes reacting to, critiquing, and commenting his video and the content in it, which I paused 10 times. That means I added 120% in the runtime and commentary, on average pausing every 30 seconds to add 36 seconds of commentary. This commentary length is more than Asmongold, XQC, or any of the other streamers.
I didn't watch her video, but I've heard that she, out of all the groups, she did pause it the most. Like, similar to how I do. I pause and I'm talking. She'll do it for every little thing, apparently, so. But the key factor is you got to make that its own thing. Like, you got to double that time length for something. At least more than that. Right? Like, but then in music, it's different. Some artists, they just nasty. Tom McDonald, disgusting. Disgusting. I remember I reacted to a 2-minute video of his. I turned it into a 30-minute video with me and my brother reacting to it. He strike that shit down. I'm like, I turned it into a 20-minute. That means I did 10 times the amount of what she did. Nah, still? Okay. So it's up to like a lot of musicians' discretion because they go a little bit too hard with this shit. But overall, you should aim to add more time to that damn video. Because the video is 2 minutes. How you react to it is 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Can you call that a reaction? Right? And I know you're going to get the comments. You pause too much. Fuck those people. Like, who? I don't care about those people. My channel is my channel. You came to hear my opinion. Right?
YouTubers that watched it in full. As we know, Ethan decided not to sue Asmongold, XQC, or anyone one other than the three of us. But he wouldn't sue them. They didn't intentionally try to deprive him of revenue. And you said yourself you did. The notion is frivolous and a fabrication. No, she indeed said. Ethan claims he is pursuing his claim against me only because of some of the claim malicious intent on my part. There are two statements that Ethan falsely claims demonstrate my intent, along with his conspiracy theory about collusion with Reddit mods, none of whom I've ever communicated with. Well, we're going to see that. We're very, very much going to see whether or not she actually collaborated with those Reddit mods. And I look forward to that discovery. Next, let's talk about Frogan. So she was mentioned that she will possibly be settling. And I think the reason why she's not settling is, Frogan, my Habibi, you're going to have to break up with Hasan Piker. It's going to cause a lot of friction with Hasan because that statement is going to be very, very harsh against Hasan and is going to drive that wedge between the two of them and making it very, very clear that Hasan Piker did not help you. He did not support you. He did not do anything for you, just like with Casey Tron. And this particular thing is going to be difficult. And if he did help you, you're going to have to disclose that. You're going to have to disclose the messages with Hasan. That's the real thing she's not wanting to do. Now, maybe she does have some messages with Hasan. Maybe there are some messages between Hasan and Frogan on how they're going to take down Ethan Klein or how they're going to divert revenue. That might be why she has to hold up. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that between Frogy Yogi here and Mr. Hamas Piker. But, in conclusion, I am very much looking forward to 2026 Denims and that trial. That is going to be a trial for the ages to see that. I'm going to be here for it, covering on the channel. Guys, what do you think in the comments below? How do you think Denims is going to do in that law?
I think Denim's going to do horrible. Right? Even though I do think that she paused it the most, but with her saying that her intention was to take income, I think that she screwed herself. I'm telling you, I've seen YouTubers lose their monetization for that, bro. Now, she is a female on Twitch. So he pretty much invincible. Nigga, you Superman level invincible on Twitch. If you are a woman, what? Just don't go to TwitchCon. That's where it could get bad, right? That's where it could get hectic.